Hi guys, and welcome to my video on yoga for sciatic pain or back pain. So the reason this video has come about is that my cousin came round the other day and she told me that she always does my little yoga videos that I've posted previously, and she wanted some help with getting into the poses correctly, and also some guidance on relief for her sciatic pain. So we went through some different poses and we found out what felt good. And so I said I would send it over to her what we found, but I thought I'd put it into this video and share it with you guys as well. So I know that a lot of people experience sciatic pain, so this is a tingly, uncomfortable sensation down either one side of your body and a leg, through your bum, lower back. But this video is also good for lower back pain as well. We're not doing a flow today. This is more a succession of poses, one after the other. So it's super simple, really accessible for everybody, men and women. We will come straight into it. We're going to come into our child's pose. So if you come over onto all fours, take your knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Take your sit bone back towards your heels, walk your fingers forward, walk, 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 really stretching through your armpits, and then just relax your forehead down onto the ground. So here, think about relaxing through your shoulders. Unclench any tension you're holding in your mouth. And just allow your cheeks to relax. We're taking nice big breaths into the tummy through the nose. And releasing through the nose. One more breath here. And release. We're going to come up onto all fours. Walk the knees back behind you. You can tuck the toes for stability here. Lower back the elbows 90 degrees. We're coming all the way down onto our tummies. So just find yourself down really gently. Untuck the toes. The tops of the feet are flat down onto the mat. Engage through your glutes and push your hips into the mat really strongly. So we're just going to gently test the back, not doing anything too extreme. We're bringing our elbows underneath our shoulders. Tuck the elbow in slightly and then do the same with the other side. So we're coming into our Sphinx pose. So we're engaging through the glutes. See if you can pop your hips into the mat even more as you raise up through the chest and tummy. So take your gaze forward, push into the tops of your feet. And see how that feels. If you're experiencing pain, then just gently roll yourself out. If everything's okay, it's a slight level of discomfort, engage the glutes more, open up your chest more. And remembering to breathe here. And we'll slide the elbows away, gently rolling yourself down. You can drop the top of your head onto both hands. And shimmy your hips from side to side. If that felt okay on your back and you're ready for the next stage, we're going to bring our hands down to the space below our shoulders. And we'll come into our cobra. So we'll set the body up first, pressing the feet into the mat. Push your hips down into the mat, so engaging your glutes. And we're opening up through the shoulders, pushing into the hands, opening up the chest to the front of your mat. Try not to twist your neck from side to side, just listen to my instructions. So you're pushing into your hands. Squeeze your glutes a little harder. Push them hips down into the mat. See if you can roll your shoulders back a bit more. Open your chest. So you're just finding where is good for you. If you need to roll out, do it gently. If you feel you have a little more, you can straighten through the arms. And we breathe here. So keeping the hands pressed into the mat, we're just rolling down onto our tummy, elbows back 90 degrees, and we're just gently coming down, popping your forehead onto both hands, and gently shimmy your hips from side to side. If that felt okay and you're ready for the next level, we're just going to get the body ready, press the feet into the mat, press the hips, engage the glutes, and now we're rising up with our chest, taking our hands out to the side. So our hands are now in the air. Keep your gaze forward. See how that feels. If you feel okay, engage through the glutes, push the hips in and raise your chest a little more, taking the shoulders back slightly. Remembering to breathe here. And we gently roll that out, bring the forehead on top of the hands and shimmy from side to side. So we've got one more variation of this. So now we're going to take the hands by our side, so taking your fingers back down your legs. Hands are raised. And we're just going to raise the front body up, so taking the fingertips away from you. Keep your hands and arms engaged. And now we can lift up through the feet. So keep the feet together, engage through the glutes. You're pushing the hips down into the mat still. And then we're opening up the shoulders and chest. Keep your gaze forward and see if you can lift your feet and thighs up off of the mat in our locust pose. Few breaths here. And we'll gently release the feet. Bring the arms back round. Rest your forehead on your hands. Shimmy out through the hips. Relaxing your face. Just releasing all the tension. So now we can press our hands down into the mat just below our shoulders. We're going to push back into our child's pose with a closed knee. So stretching the arms out in front of you, taking your sit bone back towards your heels. You can just rest your chin in towards your chest. Coming back onto our hands, we're coming into our pigeon pose. So spread the fingers wide, take the right knee behind the right wrist. Shimmy your left leg back behind you nice and straight. So here I like to push my calf out with both hands to find a bit more space here. We are up nice and straight, so we're not collapsing into the right hip. We're up nice and straight. Use your hands to help guide you, and you can walk your hands a little nearer to your hips. Engage through your glutes. Open up through the chest. And we'll take a nice big breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to walk the hands out in front of us and gently lower your front body over the right leg, keeping ourselves nice and straight so we're not dipping over to one side. You may have a cushion, you may like to have your hands on top of one another, or just rest your forehead down onto the mat. We're taking nice big breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. If you do experience pain in your knee while you're in this position, then I'd recommend coming just right out of it. We're going to walk the hands back beside us. So walk your hands back. Bring your body back to upright. We can collapse into that right hip. We're going to swing the left leg over, grounding your foot on the outside of the right thigh. Both sit bones are down onto the mat. Take your left hand beside you. Inhale your right arm high. Exhale, hook the outside of the right arm, outside of the left leg, keeping your hand nice and engaged. You can use your left hand to help keep you balanced, so take it back behind you slightly. And we're just using our arm like a lever to help twist the body over the left shoulder. So your gaze is over your left shoulder. Remembering to breathe. See if you can twist a little more. Coming back to centre. We're going to take the outside of the left hand inside the left leg and just counterpose over the right shoulder. So you're just a little pose the other way. Come back to centre. Uncross the legs. Cross at the ankles. Push into your hands and bring your hands in front of you. We're bringing the left knee behind the left wrist and taking the right leg back behind us. So again, you may wish to push the calf away and then come up into a straight hips. Your hips should be parallel. Use your hands to help guide you upright. It may feel more comfortable, so I have a block here, but if you have a cushion, it might feel comfortable to place a cushion or a block under your bum on the left side. If you're feeling okay, we can walk our hands back towards our hips. So we're turning this into a little back bend now. So when we're back bending, you want to engage through your glutes. Open up your chest. We'll take some nice deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and release. We're going to start walking our hands now in front of us. Walk your hands back in front of you and your front body is melting over your left leg, keeping everything nice and straight, making sure we're not dipping our hips over to either side. And then you can relax your forehead down either onto a cushion, you can use a block, you can use your hands, just wherever is relaxed. So unclench your jaw here. See if you can relax your shoulders even more. Going to walk our hands back, bringing our body back to upright. So now we can sink over into the left hip, and we'll bring the right leg round, planting the foot flat on the outside of the left thigh. Both sit bones are down on the mat. Inhale, lift your left hand high, right hand is beside you, keeping you nice and straight. Hook the outside of the left arm outside the right leg as we twist over our right shoulder. Keep the hand nice and engaged. Taking nice deep breaths here. And we'll gently come back to centre, so release the arms. Take the outer edge of the right arm inside the right leg and just take a little counter pose the other way. Lovely. So we're going to uncross the legs, take your feet flat onto the mat. You can use your hands to help bring you into a laying position. Bring your heels back towards your bum and see if you can touch your heels with your hands. Feet should be hip distance apart, toes facing forward. And we're going to lift up through the hips. Clasping the hands underneath you, shimmy your shoulders towards each other to meet. Push up through the hips even more. Chin in towards your chest, don't look from side to side. And take some nice deep breaths here. And we gently release the hands, unshimmy the shoulders, and just lower your back down little by little, so your tailbone's coming down last. Lovely, so just close your eyes, take a nice breath in a relaxed spine. So feet are flat on the mat, bringing the right knee in. So cross the leg over the left knee. So your ankle's placed on your left knee, toes are flexed. Draw the left knee in towards you, take the outside of the back of your leg and just draw the knee in towards you. So here you can use your right elbow to help draw the right knee away, so pressing the elbow into the inner thigh. You can play with straightening the left leg, see if that feels nice, or it might just feel more comfortable, more beneficial to have the knee bent. Gently release the leg, uncross and bring your feet down onto the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right leg now and draw the knee in towards you. Take hold of the back of the right leg. Flex the toes and you can draw the leg in towards you. So you could use your left elbow now to push the left knee away. You may wish to close your eyes, just bringing your focus to the breath. And then you can see if straightening the leg feels more beneficial for you. I personally feel that bending the knee feels more beneficial, but it's down to you. And we'll gently release the right leg, uncross the left, and take a nice breath here. In this position, push your weight into your feet, lift your hips up slightly and shimmy them alone over to the left side of your mat. Draw your knees into your chest and then allow both knees to drop over to the right side. So take your arms wide beside you and take your gaze over your left shoulder. So relax through your feet. We're going to bring our knees back in to center. Plant your feet on the ground. And now we're shimmying the hips over to the right side of the mat. So it's just the hips that are going. Knees come in towards your chest and then knees drop over together to the left side. So this way we're keeping our spine nice and straight, arms are wide beside you. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. You can close your eyes. Just relaxing into this twist. And we're gently bringing our knees back to center. Pop your feet onto the ground and bring your spine back to a neutral straight shape. Bring your knees in towards your chest. We're taking our hands through the knees, through in between the legs, and take hold of the outside, the outer edge of your feet. Soles of your feet are pointing up towards the sky, so they're flat against the sky, but your legs and feet are passive, so you're allowing them to use your arm strength to help draw your knees to the ground beside you. So in our happy baby pose, tuck your chin in towards your chest slightly. Flex through your toes, so taking your toes towards your face. And you can gently rock from side to side. Going to release the feet with the hands and take the soles of your feet straight up towards the sky in our Viparita Karani, legs up the wall pose. You may wish to hold the backs of your legs, which is absolutely fine. Flex the toes towards your face. You can take a little micro bend in your knee here and take the arms out beside you if you feel comfortable enough to do so. Another option for this one to make it a bit more restorative is to get your bum up against the wall and just rest your feet up against the wall. A few more breaths in this one. Just going to gently lower the heels down towards the mat, so keeping a slight bend in the knee. And once you get down in your own time, you can just relax, letting go of everything through the tummy, closing your eyes. And just laying in relaxation just for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. and out through the nose, nice and gentle. You're going to roll over onto your side and gently find yourself up in a nice comfortable seated position. So just rest your hands gently off of your knees. Close your eyes. And just check in with how you're feeling. You can bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. We'll raise our hands up to the space between our eyebrows, our third eye center. And just bow your head in for a moment in gratitude. And thank you for practicing with me. I hope you feel a little better and this video is useful. You may wish to share this video with a friend or family member that you know has been experiencing some sciatic pain or lower back pain, and that this might be useful for them. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Take care.